This sounds like news. The RUBB initiative. This has nothing to do with rubbing chicken. This is something serious you're doing for Black business folks, right?
Well, you know, when I was growing up as a kid, and I would have something that hurt, so old folks would say, "What's ailing you, boy?" I say, "I had a headache." They said, "Come over here, let me rub that for you," right? And just the touch and that rub would make whatever was hurting feel better. So as I began to think about all of the small Black-owned businesses that didn't get some of that PPE money, PPP money, or whatever the grant money was, a lot of small businesses that are under the radar that couldn't get it. I wanted to come up with a way to support those Black businesses. And I thought about that RUBB and raising up Black businesses was a way to do that. We're gonna put some RUBB in the Black community. Now, rubbing chicken makes it good too. You know, you can dry rub some meat and get some good flavor. Better than most that's not rubbed. So we want to do that same thing for some small Black-owned businesses. We want to marinate them with some RUBB, or we just want to put some of that healing rub on them through awarding them with some funds. You know, you take the example of the gentleman that couldn't pay the lease on his machines in his copy shop.
Right.
A small award, just enough to keep the payment so that the man don't come and repo the machines, keeps him in business.
That's a little
That's
rub.
important, you know? And there's a lot of small businesses out there like that, that businesses like Ezell's and others that want to support an initiative like this can pitch in and put that RUBB in the community and raise up some small Black businesses, raising up Black businesses. And I don't apologize for focusing on Black businesses because there's not enough support and resources for small Black-owned businesses. I was one of those that had I not had some support and a little rub from people in the community, Ezell's wouldn't be around today, period. I mean, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in the form of dollars. It could be in the form of just consulting. You see somebody struggling with something, help them out with a business plan, help them out with understanding what it means to get their business license. They've been in business for 5 years and don't have a UBI number. But they're good business people. They just don't have good business practices. We can help in many ways. But anyway, I can go on.
You say we, you're calling on other successful Black owners, thriving Black owners to pitch in?
Yes. I mean, as a Black-owned business, we should understand the problem more so and better than anyone else. Yeah. And because of our success, we have access to resources that these other small businesses don't. And the people with the resources, there's a saying that I have that when the people with the knowledge come together with the people with the power, success has to happen and will happen. There are a lot of people out there outside the Black community that have the power, they have the resources, they just don't have the knowledge. They don't have the understanding. They don't have the know-how. Where do I put this money? Who do I help? Why do I help? Well, I can tell some. So we've got partners like DoorDash, who is a charter partner that wrote the first check for the initiative, followed by a host of others that we're calling Partners in Prosperity that have joined and say, if I can help, here's a check. I'll be one of those partners, from law firms to distributors to vendors that have joined to support the RUBB initiative because they understand the importance of supporting Black-owned businesses. It's not something to apologize for, or it's not that we're going around. This is not a welfare thing, right? This is not that. We want to help businesses to become sustainable and that can grow and not become dependent, but become not dependent on the system. That's what we want to promote.
My first job ever. I remember Lewis used to, teach me little things, telling me about there's more to the business than just good chicken.
Jamie is one of those very special employees at Ezell. From day one, she wanted to be the best she could be on the job. She was always friendly.
As a little girl, I always loved to do hair. And when I got to Garfield High School, at the same time, I'm working at Ezell's Fried Chicken, and I'm like telling Lewis about what's going on at school and told him, I want to open up a hair salon one day. And he was like, Elmore, anything that you want to do, you can do it. Is anything that I can do to help you, I will. So graduated from high school and I went to beauty school, got my license, and I opened up my own hair salon. About 2 years in now, and got pregnant with my daughter. She was born premature, 1 pound and 8.8 ounces. So she was the size of my hand. I could put her whole body in my hand. So in the midst of all of that, I knew I was going through a lot of stress because I'm trying to balance being a mom, a single mom at that. I had my own business and was just basically trying to survive. And my daughter trying to survive. That's when I found my first bald spot at the nape of my neck. My hair just began to start falling out. I lost a lot of hair. So I finally went to the doctor and they told me, Jamie, you have alopecia. I started my support group in 2009. And this past summer, I had a young lady who reached out to me. She says, my name is Jazzy. I have alopecia and I need some help. And I told her I needed to connect with her mom, but she sent me a video of herself. And she says, this is what I'm going through. Seeing her video took my breath away. And I knew that I had to help this baby. And so one day I reached out to Jazzy and asked her how was she doing this particular day. And she told me that she was having a rough day and that she tried to commit suicide. And when she told me that, my heart just broke. When I got off the phone with her, I immediately called my brother, Lewis, and I told him the story, what was going on. And he says, Elmore, come and pick up a check. And I said, come pick up a check. He goes, yes. He said, we're gonna fly Jazzy and her mother. Let's get them here. Bring them to Seattle so you can help them and do what you need to do.
I mean, just thinking about that day, that moment, I got so emotional about it. I was like, Jamie, whatever we can do right now to help you, to help her, say it. She says, I get up every morning and I text this kid to make sure that she's good. I talk to her mom, but I need to get her here. And she did.
We flew them in, we got them a hotel, we got her wig donated, full makeover, we got her eyebrows donated. I mean, if Ezell's Fried Chicken, I promise you, if they had not wrote that check, I don't know if this young lady would be here today. I don't know if she would be here today. That was life-changing.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a news announcement on Talk to Me by Lewis R.U.B., the president and founder of Ezell's Famous Chicken. Thank you for joining us.